subscribe to Fat and Broke.
Xin chào, what's up everybody? Alright, today in this video we are going to talk about sleeper buses and are they really essentially moving buses of death? Seems to be the big article pieces that are going on, even opinion pieces by Vietnamese have been floating around a lot lately that these are pretty dicey, that you're pretty much taking a roll of the dice when you do take one to a destination. If you didn't know, and if you're new to travel around Vietnam or all this stuff, I'm a guy that lives here. I've lived in Vietnam for 4 years, long time. Anyways, these buses are a very big mode of transportation around the entire country, especially if you're on a budget. Now, these drivers do kind of drive a bit, well, crazy, would be the best way in word to put it. So yeah, these drivers drive, well, like I just said, crazy. Very, very few times will you ever get very few times do you ever get a driver that is slow and drives normal. I've had some of the scariest experiences ever on transportation, not this particular mode of transportation. These usually I don't have that big of a time on. It's mainly because you are sleeping on these. This would be what they call a sit-up style bus. These go from anywhere from like $2 to $7. Don't quote me on the price. They could have possibly changed. You're sitting in these. They also have a second type of bus, which includes a plastic style seats that holds about a maximum of about 100 kgs. And they're in 2 different levels. They're pretty uncomfortable, but they will do the job. And then they have a third premium sleeper bus, which you get your own cabin and can lay down in. I do recommend those style buses. The ones that you often do see in pretty bad accidents are almost always this exact style. Is this sit up, sit right style type one, non-sleeper one altogether. These are pretty popular with foreign tour bus and stuff like this. Now, do I limit my riding on these and worry about it? No, I'm not gonna lie, I don't. I trust, for some reason, being in this bigger one, or I just kind of roll the dice on this one a little bit more comfortably than what I probably should, you know? There is a chance. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because every couple months, or even now it's almost more so every couple weeks, every 3 weeks, you'll pop open the news and you'll see some pretty bad stuff. And the last one was one of the limo buses, which is one of the half, like a quarter size. They usually go to shorter destinations like Boomtown and stuff like this. Went in an illegal lane change and went to head on to one of these, and pretty much everybody in the little bus died. You know, the driver died in the big bus. And it's been bringing up a lot of questions. Are these things really sketchy? And the long story really short with all this is, yeah, these things are really sketchy because the drivers are terrible. And you know, to say all drivers are terrible in Vietnam that ride these things would be accurate. Does that sound shitty to say? But for the most part, I think I've been in one of these buses that where the guy drove all right, and I've been in one limo where the guy drives all right, and I've taken a shit ton of them. It's very, very rare that you're going to get one of these where it's not going to be, you know, the ones to Vung Tau. I've been on the ones to Vung Tau where I've literally sat in the seat and I've like prayed to God for the entire trip and like begged the guy to like stop walking or to stop driving so fast, to like literally just chill out. We're not in a hurry. We don't need to get to Vung Tau quicker. Like, could you please slow down? And like the one, I even got some Vietnamese to even like be like, come on, dude, slow down. But for the most part, Vietnamese won't like say anything or do anything either. If like they're in a you know, a bus or a van that's moving too fast. I think half of them are like, yeah, we're going really quick. We're gonna get there quicker. You know, this forever needing to get somewhere now here is definitely a slight problem with their traffic and transportation here. It definitely leads to lots of unneeded deaths per year. But on the backside of that, it also prevents, you know, traffic jams and taking long times to get places. You know, you want to have a super high-speed move in place, even though they're using old technology, you kind of have to do things the way that they do it. You know, if that if that guy wasn't driving his limo buses fast to Voomtal every day and get those many trips in, he might get an hour less at the beer club with his buddies after work. So I mean, come on, let him drive fast. No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to add a bit of comedy to it, and I'm a bit digressing, but you know, I think it's okay for the most part. Of course, it's going to be like anything like that. There's always going to be a risk. You're always going to have a chance of something going wrong. There's nothing you can do about it, to be honest with you. As I said, I've had better luck in the most expensive ones where you tend to lay down and sleep. You can get a large cabin if you're a large fella, like a really large cabin that's supposed to be for 2 Vietnamese. Or you can get a standard cabin. Pricing's around $20 for that. Usually every destination where you can take those 2 buses, if it's more than 4 or 5 hours, they're gonna offer a sleeper bus service that I'm talking about. If you want to see what the sleeper bus looks like, I think the last time I filmed a sleeper bus, I don't know. It's been in so many videos. I can't tell you. Maybe if there's like a super fan of the channel that's watching, they can tell you what video one of the sleeper buses is in. So as far as me, do I get worried and concerned? In these bigger ones, I really don't. Do you ever really sit up and, like, on the sleeper one, do you ever look out the window? No, you're typically taking this thing as like a red eye. Excuse me. You're typically taking these things as like a red eye, maybe getting on at 11 or midnight and getting to the place at 4 or 5, 6, 7 a.m. So you're typically sleeping through the whole thing. Could there be some crazy driving? Sure. But my kind of thing on that is if you're not seeing it and you're sleeping through it, I guess that's a way to go, right? You know? That's one way to go, right? So, I'm sure there's lots of other ways to go. I'm just trying to add a little bit of like comedy to it. But there has been a lot of people that have died in just the past year from these pretty horrific bus accidents. It definitely gets sketchy as you're talking about taking these buses up to like Sapa and in the mountainous areas and things like this. So once you start to go mountainous like that, you know, that's when it gets even dicier. But as I said, nothing you can do. My official vote is take all these, roll with it. You know, mentally prepare that sure, possibly something could happen. Should you be thinking about it? No. It's the same way should you be thinking about getting in a plane crash when you're riding a plane. You know, can they do 100 billion different things to change it? And are they talking about, like, you know, the guy that got in this more recent one with his big bus had his license revoked already. He had no business driving. So, you know, there's going to be probably reform as it comes. It's just going to take a while. Let me know what you think. Do you take these buses when you're here? Are you too sketched out? Would you rather take a flight everywhere you go in Vietnam? I'll still take these just about anywhere. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Will you be taking them? Does this scare you off from taking them? If you do want to catch up on Vietnamese news, you know, the easiest source that has the quickest translation and the biggest one for expats to read if you're not Vietnamese is VN Express. You just type in a V and an N and Express, and you can read the news there and get it. I do get a lot of articles there for a lot of these videos I do. So I will cite my source, and that's one of them. I often take a bunch of these articles because they usually get written by a bunch of different people kind of throughout the days. Oh, there's your subscriber here sitting here. He's gonna come say hi to him. I don't know where he's at. Shout out to you if you went away, bro. But we had like a half-hour conversation. So that is the video. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section. Drop a comment if you could. Of course, if you want a bunch of additional content and you just want to support me in additional ways, you know, a few extra dollars helps. You can sign up to the Patreon. The whole America trip is on there. You can get access to me. I'm still officially doing tours, so if you do want to do a tour, that's the only way to do a tour. I've been very sick, so I'm feeling better now. But I don't know how much longer we'll do the tours, but yeah. As far as live streaming, that's done on kick.com/Fattenbro. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay frosty. Be careful. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.